There are so many people within the gaming industry who hate our guts. They feel like they can do no wrong and they can say whatever racist, bigoted stuff they want and then get away with it, but that certainly isn't the case because gamers are sticking up for themselves and they're trying their very best to defend the industry, especially against people like Matt Hansen here, because this is the Avowed art director who has said that he wants to remove the quote, too many crusty white dudes in the video game industry. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, people like him think that they can do no wrong, that because currently the mainstream industry backs him and his ilk, that it's always going to be that way, but that certainly isn't the case. Eventually, companies are going to lose enough money and they're going to say, enough is enough. We are not going to keep hiring activists who are ruining our reputation and who are making it so games fail one after another after another. And Matt Hansen here, the art director for Xbox and Obsidian Entertainment's upcoming first-person fantasy RPG Avowed, shared he wanted to remove the quote, too many crusty white dudes in the video game industry. This is hilarious for so many reasons, but primarily because these people love to prove that they're genuinely the worst types of people in the industry. They talk about how they want to stand up for inclusivity and diversity until it comes down to diversity of thought or including the people that they hate. Of course, at the end of the day, these people are racist, they are bigots, but they just love to project that onto other people. So in a screenshot shared to X from his now deleted X account, Hansen wrote, "Reminder to Black artists out there who are looking for portfolio reviews or job advice, my DMs are open." Well, apparently they're not, "and you will always have my priority." He added, "We got too many crusty white dudes in this field. Please let me help you replace them one day. I want to go back to living in the woods." So at least he's saying, I know I'm going to be out of a job, because that's exactly what he's admitting, is that he hates himself. It's pretty funny that the mentally ill get so many jobs within this industry, because self-hatred is a very powerful thing, and he wants to destroy this industry brick by brick, yet people like him expect us to not try to defend it. I just want video games to be good. I don't care who's making them. If you can leave your personal politics at the door when you're going to make a game, anybody should be able to work on a game, period. The problem we see right now, though, in the industry is that we have activists who do not care about video games working their way into the industry, and then they're trying to change it for what they deem is the better. It's like when Gamergate 1 came around. Do you really think that Brianna Wu, Anita Sarkeesian, and Zoe Quinn cared about the gaming industry? No, they thought that it was a quick way to make a few bucks. And, well, we are still dealing with the effects of how they unfortunately severely damaged the industry a decade ago. Were they the only people that hurt the industry? No, but of course they were kind of the main pillars of Gamergate 1. But Hansen's comments were actually discovered after he admitted that he wanted to make Elon Musk mad with Avowed. He reacted to Musk, who declared that having pronouns in a fantasy game is utterly unacceptable, on Blue Sky. Hansen wrote, "Sickos.jpg, I wanted so badly to make him mad with my games, and I cannot believe it actually happened. Just wait until you see the default, you sad little shit." One of the worst parts of this whole situation to me is that this creative, if you can even call Matt Hansen that, is that he's admitting to making these drastic alterations and additions to his game in order to piss off certain people he disagrees with politically. Like, how fucking pathetic do you have to be that you want to own the chuds, that you want to own the right wingers? So what you do is you add pronoun options to your game. You add identity politics to the first thing you see when you download this game in the character creator. They just did the same thing with Dragon Age the Veilguard. It's absurd, and of course this isn't going to sit well with the majority of people because you are adding features to your game for the minority of people. But are they ever going to admit that they're wrong and that they probably shouldn't be doing this? No, they're just going to double, triple, and quadruple down. And again, if you want to put these features into your game, you are allowed to, but we are also allowed to not buy it, and you need us to swipe our credit cards. You need to make money off of us to be successful in this life. But because these individuals like Matt Hansen have such hate boners for people like Elon Musk, they will do anything to own these individuals, to roast them. Elon Musk is saying very simple things that the majority of people would disagree with, like it should not be acceptable for any company in the gaming industry to be racist and sexist against white guys. This is true. You should not be able to be racist or sexist against any certain group of people. It's just that simple. If we saw a document leaked that said, oh, a company, let's just say the size of Disney, for example, was specifically not hiring black people or women, I would say that is fucking disgusting, and it should not be that way. Just like I sit here and say it's fucking disgusting when we see documents leaked that say, oh, they have to hire a certain percentage of women or people of color, they have to hire less men, because these things are all equally non-acceptable. But then you see radical leftists like Matt Hansen say, oh, you can't be racist against white people, and so it's okay that I'm openly and admittingly saying that I want to push certain types of people out of the industry, when that is not the case. You can be racist against white people, and what you are saying is not acceptable. Now, of course, we're talking about Xbox here, and they do have certain inclusion frameworks that developers and their studio leads have to follow, so I can't say I'm too shocked to hear that these are the types of people being hired at this company. But it is disappointing, right? Because it's Obsidian Entertainment. They've created some of the best games of all time. Pillars of Eternity, Fallout New Vegas. We're talking about Knights of the Old Republic 2, one of my favorite games of all time. We're talking about a very established name, and I know nostalgia sells, and there are going to be a lot of people who are going to still buy this game and who are still going to play it and say maybe it is just the pronouns, and hey, maybe it will just be the pronouns. Maybe at the end of the day it won't affect the game at all, but we know that it is a slippery slope within the gaming industry right now, and it's important you at least have a little bit of information. You understand that this is the type of person who is, as you can see, the art director. While yes, he isn't, controlling what's happening with the story, one could deduce that there are a plethora of people working on this game who feel the same exact way as him and wanted to add these different things into the game in order to own the people that they don't like to own, the chuds. So as we get closer to the release date of Avowed in a few months, I will be keeping my eye on this game and also the team to see if anybody else comes out and voices their hatred for certain groups of people. But the art director has had a complete and utter meltdown over Elon Musk's recent comments, saying that he even wants to remove the too many crusty white dudes in the video game industry. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.